Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so it's about 12:30, getting out the house, grab some stuff from Target as I always do. Same old routine. Feeling pretty good about it. Took a nice long nap after breakfast this morning. Because honestly, more of the same, man. Soreness. Just find myself exhausted after a nice couple of days of moving around. So I figured, hey man, it doesn't hurt to sleep in when your body's telling you to do so. And that's exactly what it was doing. So I'm up now, feeling good, ready to tackle whatever the day has for me. I actually woke up about 6:30, to be honest with you. Did all my routine, everything that I do, squats, eating, shower. And then went back to sleep at about 8:30. Listened to some Laker content, that kind of thing, nothing too special. But yeah, man, had a dream that my mother was once again she was in the bathroom area, the old place we used to live, and she was on the phone having an intense conversation about money, likely with a bill collector or something. And I just walked up to her and gave her a hug, and she was telling the person on the phone, my son is being a son, trying to comfort me during these difficulties or whatever it was. And right before that, I think if I'm not mistaken, my aunt was in that exact same spot. My aunt Cheryl, who also passed away, she was standing in that same spot on the phone doing the same thing. And I came up to her and put my hand on her shoulder, trying to comfort her. So that's what that was. Me comforting the spirits of my lost loved ones as they were struggling with money issues in my dream. I don't know what that's about. Usually it's your loved ones coming to comfort you. But nah, that's not how the dream went. I was comforting them. So I thought that was comforting for me in and of itself, just to be of comfort to others, particularly people that I miss. But that's how that dream went. And yeah, man, I feel pretty good. Enjoying my day for the most part and trying to make something of it, most importantly. I'm not staying in the house. I threw the rice on before I left the room. And that rice cooker really does have issues with the cord. It has a cut in it. I don't know how it got slit, but I need a new rice cooker for sure before that thing conks out on me permanently, because that's exactly where it's headed. But it's I don't know how long I've had it. Probably for over 15 years, truly. Probably. I think my mom probably bought that thing. It was probably hers. She gave it to me, so no telling how long it's actually been in our possession. So needless to say, it's time for a new one. And I got to jump out ahead of that and get it before it breaks. 'Cause if it breaks, I'm in trouble. 'Cause that's the main source of what I eat. But yeah, man, it feels pretty good out here. I didn't feel like getting overly dressed, so I just threw on this sweater, over my clothes, and just walked up out of there. But honestly, this might be a little too warm for that. Truth be told, it might be a little too warm for what I'm wearing. But hopefully I'll be back in the house before you know it. Haven't gotten enough air for this walk, so that's what I wanted to do. Just get some air, man. I'm staying in that unit, this particular room that has such great blackout curtains, and because there's a patio out there out front, you tend to want to use those blackout curtains a bit more than you would other rooms, because you ain't got to deal with people staring all in your room and all that, and smoking cigarettes and all of that stuff that this room otherwise provides for you. So I've been finding myself wanting to lay in that room a bit more because of the blackout curtains, not having to understand what time it is because of the blackout curtains. So this is one of those situations for me where it's like, all right, let me just handle my business and get out, be a little proactive in regards to that. Don't worry about what time it is or how I'm feeling. Just move. And so that's what I'm doing. Getting out of the house. Regardless of how comfortable it felt in there, it was time to move. So that's the kind of day I was having. Felt like sleeping. Chest was a little sore from the push-ups and all of that stuff, as I've been telling y'all off and on. It seems like my chest is really reinventing itself this month, because I've been having more pain, muscle pain in that area than I had at any given time. But it's just like anything else. When you increase your push-ups from doing 50 every time you get down there to doing 75 every time you get down there, yeah, you're gonna start seeing some increase. And so that's what's happening. Chest reinventing itself, and as a result, I find myself needing more sleep to recover. Find myself extra sore. Today it was the right side, upper chest around here. Around 8:30 this morning when I finally got back in bed, I started feeling around in that. I was so sore. I was like, man, that feels like it's injured. So that's what it was. I just had to sleep that off. And of course, when you do, you wake up 3 hours later and that part of your body, it's got muscle on it. Now it's like, it's some resistance there. So I tell everybody, that's the best way to recover from any injury or any type of muscle pain is sleep. And there's nothing better. You may be able to eat some protein or something like that might expedite that process. Ice it and all of that stuff works, but nothing works better than sleep. Nothing. You will wake up with it feeling different. So that's why I tell you, if you got an injury, you need more rest and let those muscles recover. So yeah, man, that's what's going on today. It's recovery day apparently. I don't know if I'm gonna do my 100s or not. It's been 2 days since I did them, but I tell you, that elbow is legitimately sore still to this second, so still needs more work in regards to rest. And I'm fine with that, because I know I've built up a hell of a resistance. But if my elbow ain't gonna work in my favor, trying to do all of those lifts and stuff like that throughout the course of the squats, it just becomes a situation where I'm in pain almost the whole time I'm doing it. And so it's like, all right, I ain't got to do all that. Plus, of course, I do those other squats too, so it's not like I'm not working on my lower body each and every day anyway. I am. So I'm looking forward, hopefully at the beginning of the year, to seeing an entirely different person in the mirror physically. Because all this pain I've been going through this particular month, I don't know why that is, but usually these last couple of Decembers, I find myself pushing harder at the end of the year in regards to workouts. I remember specifically last year, I found myself doing so much more work on my body in the month of December than any other month. And this month, it feels like I wouldn't say it's the same thing, but I've been going through more soreness in regards to the work that's already been done. So, you know, it's funny because I look at the pictures of myself when I was lifting, doing the squats with my weights, and it's a different look when you have weights. It's a whole different look. But with the suitcase, I can tell there's a different type of definition that's coming in as well. And I feel like I'm stronger. I feel like my legs are stronger than they were when I was doing the weights, because I'm doing more reps. So just gotta make do with what I have. I would love to get my weights back, and I'm sure that's coming soon, because when I do finally get a place, I'm definitely getting those out of the storage. So at least I still own them. I just gotta find somewhere permanent, and then I can use those again. So I can't wait to get back to that, see how my body reacts to that after however long this is about to have been working this way. Because ain't nothing like a real weight workout, but I'm making ways to get the definition I'm hopeful to find. So proud of myself in regards to that. And the eating habits have been good. I didn't dream I would be able to eat healthy once I first got here. As you guys probably remember, when I first got to North Hollywood, how frustrated I was about finding healthy food and fruit. I trekked all over this neighborhood trying to find fruit and couldn't find it, but have since learned that you can buy fruit at Target and of course the Famous Market are the only two places I know of where you can get really good fruit. Actually, that's not true. There's another supermarket down the way on Lancashire that I know for a fact sells fruit. So I know this neighborhood a bit better now, but when I first got here, I'm telling you, it was hard to find good fruit. It was hard to find healthy food, man. It just is what it is. But you know, it's just like any other situation. You find your system that works for you, and you just work that system once you get used to where you're at. So that's where we're at right now. 3 months later, I don't have any trouble finding really anything I'm looking for, honestly. You know where everything's at, know how to make everything happen for myself. This contract is over with on Monday. Know exactly what the steps are to make sure I have what I need. So it's just a much easier way of going about it, even though the struggles are the same ones. You just know how to handle them better. And that's the beauty of experience, man. You can go through all kinds of hardships, but if you know what you're doing and handling those hardships, it don't nearly stress you as much as when you've never been in those circumstances and going through it for the first time. And that's what I was dealing with. Didn't know how to handle this. Wasn't strong because of it. Felt like it was the end of the world and then some. And was wanting to quit on life and every different thing. Trying to get through that. And at the end of the day, what I learned was exactly how to handle everything. And from learning how to handle everything, it stopped being an issue about wanting to quit and more so an issue about just following those steps. So very thankful about how that's turned around, because back then I couldn't envision myself getting to this point where things would be manageable. I really couldn't get to that in my head looking forward. It was just not, couldn't see no path to that. But you know, you grow a lot in a short amount of time when you go through a lot in a short amount of time, and that's ultimately what you see in the movies sometimes. But you don't really see that in your life unless certain things happen. People in the movies like, man, these last 6 months have been crazy, that kind of thing. But for me, it's like, these last 3 months have really taught me a lot. Things that I would have done every day before now ain't gonna be done anymore because of it. A day like this, I'd have stayed in the house for sure. I wouldn't have left the house, not at all. But now that I've gone through this, it's like, all right, I got a bit more strength. I know what prayers to pray to prepare me for certain things. Like, might feel a little overwhelmed, but you ask the Lord to custom you for what is in front of you and help you with the increments of the steps and the timing from which to attack those tasks. And so that's where I'm at with something as well, as regards to looking for certain apartment things that were given to me from the social worker. It's a lot of stuff on paper that needs to be done, calling people, stuff like that. The things that will otherwise provide me a solution for the problem that I'm in, but steps that I otherwise wouldn't want to take because of how I am or how I've been. And now it's like, nah, I don't have those. That's not, even though I feel the exact same thing in regards to not wanting to do it, I got an entirely different way of wanting to go about how to do what needs to be done to focus on those steps. And so as I go forward, I look at what I'm dealing with and I say, okay, Lord, custom me for it. Okay, Lord, give me the strength. Things that I was never saying before just a month ago. Like, strength is more about what it's about now. It's like, okay, I don't feel all that strong. Cool. Let me give God that. Let me meditate in the morning and let him know what it is that I'm dealing with so that he can address it within me on his timing. And then when I look up and have the strength to do it, thank him for it and understand why I have it. It's because I asked for it and because I waited for him to do it. Before I really addressing the negative aspects of my mindset. Oh, I can't do it. I'm down. I'm feeling. No, none of that has to be the case. Give that to God. And then wait. And you'll look up and you'll be doing it on his time. It'll feel organic to you and all that. So if I've seen him work that way so many times in this situation, now it's like, okay, that's the formula for overcoming myself and my own limitations, or what I would perceive as limitations, which probably aren't limitations at all, just yet another need to turn to God. And so that's good. That's what I've gained the most from these difficulties above all else, is a need to turn to God and a know and a trust that he will take care of what needs to be taken care of when I do, rather than have to address this negativity on my own. So that's what I'm telling all of you, man. I've made it to Target. Hopefully I can get in here and get everything that I need. It ain't too much, not on this day, but it is some things that will complete my meal, and I can get back over there and eat that meal, because hunger is going to definitely set in soon if it hasn't already. So no complaints at all. Hope everybody's enjoying their day, and you know, just put your faith forth and then wait for the Lord to do what it is that he's going to do within you and around you to make those situations work out in your favor. Because otherwise, you'll be attacking what you got going on with negativity, and you won't necessarily be as productive as you want to be in those circumstances. So that's what I have to say. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching.